What's going on, y'all? VNNCC3 here, and I'm so glad you stopped by. That's right, you Malakis. No one but you. Yeah, I'm poking at you. To spend some of your quality time to hang out with me today because we are going to be going over the perfect troop attack and defense, kind of the how-to setup, right? A lot of guys always want to know. It's a secret. It's a secret, right, bro? So we got to get our secret handshake done. It's done, all right? It's done. I really don't have one, but it's done, all right? It's really done. A lot of guys always ask me that. They say, hey, bro, how do you attack so good? How do you do this? Well, it's because I perfectly attack every single time, right? And so before we get into this, guys, before we get into it, I want to make sure I tell you that relics have absolutely nothing to do with it, okay? Relics have nothing to do with making a perfect attack. Neither does the tier of troops, right? A lot of guys always tell me, VNN, bro, should I use tier 1 with my tier 3s? Or should I use my tier 2s for meat shields? Okay, guys, look. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm about to say. It truly does not have anything to do. And besides, the only reason you use meat shields is if you're a T4 player or you're trying to soak an attack. That's literally about it, because you'll spend most of your time trying to build troops of the lower tier and never actually plenish your stock of higher tier troops. And that's why I say, unless you're a tier 4 player or you're somebody who's trying to soak an attack, that's pretty much about it. You're not going to really progress any in your troop development, okay? So let's go ahead and move on though, right? All right. So a lot of people have a lot of different heroes, okay? Not everybody's got a big guy. Not everybody's got a prima donna to gold or these guys or whatever the case may be, right? I understand that. I really do. I truly understand that. So here's how we're going to do this, right? We're going to go over basic, simple things, okay? We're going to identify the type. Infantry right here, right? You need to be aware of what type of heroes you have, okay? He's an infantry hero. His command, that's how many troops he gets plus, whenever I send an attack out, plus 6,000, okay? You guys got to really, really, really make sure of that, because a lot of guys ask me, hey, bro, how did you get to 250k attack, or how did you get to this, or, you know, whatever the case may be, right? So look, fam, he's going to add 6,000 right there, right? 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, okay? Confirm. Now I have 170,000, right? Without these heroes, I only have 140,000, okay? So that's how you get that number, okay? So guys, be aware of how much command each hero has, all right? Also, something else you guys want to consider is building building troops for your heroes. What I mean by that is, don't build siege. Just don't do it. Walls are pretty fucking useless in this game. They really, truly are, guys. They really, truly are useless, okay? Stop building siege. I know Stridex and Gaming King H tell you to build siege, but just stop it already, okay? You're doing your account a lot of harm. I promise you guys you are, all right? And so, moving on, though, let's say you have Child of Light, let me see here. Child of Light, Oathkeeper, Demon Slayer, Tracker, and Trickster, okay? That's your 5 heroes you've got for some reason. I don't know. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, those are the 5 you got because, well, everybody's pretty much got those, right? So you're going to have infantry. You're going to have infantry because Demon Slayer's infantry. You're going to have Tracker, which is ranged. You're going to have, let's see here, I don't know, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say here is just write down the type of heroes you've got, all right, fam? Write down the type of heroes you got. If you have 3 infantry heroes you use, 2 range, then you have a 3-to-2 ratio. And the ratios are super important, okay? I'm getting into that right now. Now, when you send an attack out, okay, when you send an actual attack out, you need to make sure that the troops are proportionate to the leaders, okay? So if you're trying to send 250,000 troops out, and you've got 3 ranged or 2 ranged or whatever your number is. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, you have 2 infantry, 2 cav, and 1 range. We'll just say hypothetically, okay? Now you're going to take those 5 heroes, you're going to split up your maximum amount of troops you can actually send out by 5. okay? And you're gonna get the number, right? So I just happen to know because I mean I'm a mathematician, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take those 5 heroes, divide it into 250,000, and you're gonna get 50,000, okay? You're gonna use 50,000 troops, 50,000 per hero that you've got. So what I mean by that, fam, is that you're gonna send out 100,000 infantry, 100,000 cav, and 50,000 ranged, just like that. Just like that. 100,000, 100,000, 50,000. A lot of guys go 100,000, 20,000, 70,000, and they wonder why did they lose so many troops? Well, because you don't have the heroes to support your troops, right? The important thing you guys need to remember and to take away from this is that these guys right here, they say squad, okay? Squad. It's very important. You guys drill that in your head. That means that these guys are assigned to a certain percentage of troops, okay? If you have 2 infantry heroes, then and 100,000 infantry troops, well, both infantry heroes are going to have 50,000 and 50,000, okay? It's going to break those troops up in half, and each hero will have 50,000 troops in it, okay? Not only that, but then if you have 2 cav heroes with 100,000 calves, well, bro, they're going to get broken in half as well. But if you have an awkward number like 100,000 infantry with 1 infantry hero, and then like 3 cav heroes with like 20,000 cav, well, bro, those cav heroes are not going to be so strong, right? This is why it's called a perfect attack. It is basically your heroes, the troop type of your heroes, the command, all together, your overall command at 250,000, 5 heroes breaks that into 50,000 troops per hero. So you guys need to remember that formula, drill it in your brain, because relics don't affect the outcome of this formula. Relics don't do that. Player level, kind of, sort of, because you need to be a certain level to get rank 8s, right? So money doesn't affect this. Money doesn't affect this. There's a lot of things people think continuously like mess with this, bros. And so they just don't, bros. Look, they just don't. And so if you're gonna attack somebody, I'm telling you guys, I'm drilling it in your head, right? I know I'm being a broken record, but I'm trying to drill it in your heads. If you're making an attack, if you have 3 infantry heroes you can put out that are gold or whatever. By the way, gold is so important, okay? The difference between 140 and 200 is catastrophic. It is catastrophic, bros, because in any other type of setting, whether it's relics or bro, anything, any amount of stuff, the difference between the common grade and a gold grade is like not even night and day. It's like Pluto and Earth. It's that far between. So if I know that 95% is an absolute monster of a difference, then I know 60% is definitely a monster of a difference, okay? So don't let that fool you guys. The gold heroes are super important. Not only that, but look, it's going to give all the infantry troops you've got. These are the abilities that apply to all your troops of that troop type, okay? All your infantry troops are going to have, 30% attack, 50% HP. That's why it's so important to get gold heroes, bros. Focus on heroes over relics. I promise you guys, you're gonna win in the long run, all right? And not only that, but it's gonna help you out in the Coliseum to make more gems so you can focus on other things, okay? So I'm telling you guys, right? If you're attacking with 250,000, split it up by 5 or 4 or however many heroes you can actually send out in your march. Split up your max number by the amount of heroes you can send out, and that is how many troops go per hero as long as you have those heroes you can send out. If you have an odd number of troops, let's say you have like 40,000 infantry, 110,000 cav, and 100,000 ranged. Bro, if that's all you got to use, that's all you've got to use. But a lot of guys, they send out like 300k, cav, and they're all using infantry heroes. Like, bro, those infantry heroes are only giving you the command. That's it. That's the only thing to do. And those are mostly Chinese players, by the way, that do that. And it's kind of, right? All bronze and no brains, right? So how do you set up the perfect defense? Well, that's pretty easy as well. It's literally the same formula, right? Literally the same formula. Now, what you're going to want to do, though, this is a little slightly different here. You're going to want to go for your most troop beneficial heroes. Like Bomb and Goblin, he's my leader. And eventually I'll get him to gold. But Right now, he's my leader, okay? He has 20% army attack, and he's a ranged hero. So when it says army, it gives it to everybody in your whole entire troop march, okay? In your base or whoever's marching, okay? So you have Bomb Goblin and Rose Knight. Rose Knight does the same thing. She gives 20% army attack, but she's a cavalry hero, right? So I have some ranged, I have some cav. I have 2 infantry heroes, and I have, well, basically I have 2 ranged, 2 infantry, and 1 cav hero as far as my defense goes, okay? This is my trap account, and this will be my attacking troops as well, right? But, I mean, I'm not going to be doing much attacking, but this is going to be my defense setup. I'm not saying this is the best defense you can possibly get, but I understand how this is going to work, okay, fam? And so all I'm trying to say here, guys, is that you have to build your troops according to your heroes, or you have to build your heroes according to your troops. Either way you look at it, it literally has to be just like that, all right, fam? And so for any of you guys that are confused, I'll say it one last time. When you perfectly attack somebody, you take the max amount of troops you guys can get, right? So let me get my calculator out really quick, just so I can do the math with you guys, all right? So let's see here. I can attack this guy for 170,000, okay? 170,000 troops. Divide that by 5, okay? Because I have 5 leaders, right? I need 34,000 troops per hero type. So I need 34,000 infantry times 2, so that's 68,000 infantry. I need 34,000 siege. I need 34,000 cavalry, and I need 34,000 ranged troops, okay? And I will lose less troops. I will inflict more damage, and overall, it's just a perfect attack. The tier of your troops, guys, I'm telling you right now, matters little to nothing in this formula, okay? Relics matter little to nothing inside this formula. It's the troop composition towards your hero composition. That is how you make a perfect attack. Everybody's at different places in the game. Whether you have the research, the major pay-to-win research down here, right? Let me show you guys really quick right here, right? For you guys are like, well, I don't have my military. Bro, your military research doesn't fucking matter! Okay? Neither do your relics, alright, fam? So stop with that stuff, guys. You guys, I don't know why, but you guys get so full of that shit. You guys really do. And so here we go. Like, this right here is the major pay-to-win shit, right? But you don't have this. Pren Chong does. But it still doesn't affect the equation, right? You guys are trying to put an R in the word the, like the ra, right? Like, you guys are like that one kid that's reading, and I hate to say it, you guys, but if you know who I'm talking about, if it doesn't apply to you, disregard. But there are some fucking people out there that's like, well, what about the ra? I'm like, bro, is there, where do you see the R? Where do you see the R in that? Facepalm myself, all right, guys? But look, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know inside the comments, okay? Don't message me on this account or my main account if you guys can find it. And if, by the way, let me touch bases on that, fam. My main account is hiding. And no, I have no desire to bring it out of hiding, okay, guys? You guys are like, oh, bro, he doesn't have... I'm like, whatever, bro. If that's what you want to believe it, all right? Not trying to change your mind or nothing like that, but there's a reason why I'm not doing that anymore, because I truly just want to trap now, right? I want to trap, bros. It's too easy for me to go by on my main account and just blow people up, and that shit's boring to me now. It really is. It bores me to death. I would much rather trap somebody and be like, and I know, build something, guys. I don't have a builder going on because I was making the video. As soon as I hit the finish button, I decided, let's make a video. But anyway, so guys, hopefully I wasn't all over the place. Hopefully you guys got the gist of it. But on that note, though, guys, y'all know what I'm talking about, though. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Be safe. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, is this working? Put it in the comments! And now there's a reason why I'm small on my finger. I'm actually small on both fingers. But anyways, stay classy.